Dear Chosen One, listen to me and listen carefully. This isn't just another spiritual message, it's a divine transmission, a sacred alert sent straight to your soul. If this message found you, it's not a coincidence. It's confirmation that you've been called, handpicked by heaven to receive this right now. This isn't just another day, it's the final step. The moment where everything you've been sensing, praying, and preparing for starts to align. Make no mistake, this moment carries eternal weight. You are standing on the edge of transformation. The shift you've been waiting for, the one you couldn't quite explain but always felt coming, is here. That desire in your spirit, that pull towards something higher, something more meaningful, is not a fantasy, it's a spiritual download. But here's the truth to receive the breakthrough. You must recognize the signs and align with the energy God is releasing over your life. This is more than a mindset change. It's a full spiritual activation, a recalibration of your frequency to match your divine assignment. The urgency I speak with today is not from fear, it's from prophecy. If you're still here, still listening, then you already know this message was meant for you. Chosen ones don't scroll past moments like this. They stay until the end, because their spirit recognizes divine timing when it arrives. Before we go deeper, let me pause and say thank you to everyone who has supported this message and ministry through Super Thanks. Your kindness doesn't go unnoticed. Your generosity is helping spread this message of spiritual awakening across the world. Whether you've donated or not, I see you, I value you, and I honor your presence here. You are a vital part of this global move of God. Now, Chosen One, I need you to do something simple but spiritually powerful. Pause and leave a comment with the number 999. That number is no accident. It symbolizes completion, awakening, and divine closure, the final preparation before your new chapter begins. When you comment 999, you're not just engaging, you're activating, sending a signal to the universe that you're ready to receive, ready to rise, ready to walk in what was promised. What you're about to hear has the potential to change your entire spiritual trajectory. If you've ever felt stuck between who you used to be and who you're becoming, this is your bridge. If you've ever felt like the world was shifting under your feet and you didn't know why, this is your explanation. If you've ever felt like God was whispering, get ready. This is your confirmation. Chosen One, you've waited long enough. The final step is here. And the truth you're about to receive will set you free. Watch until the end. Your divine transformation begins now. God's chosen ones, listen right now. This very moment, something sacred, something seismic is unfolding within your atmosphere. You can feel it in your spirit. Can't you? That undeniable pull, that divine frequency vibrating through your chest like a trumpet blast from heaven. This isn't a fleeting emotion or spiritual high, it's a holy call. The heavens are no longer whispering, they're roaring, calling you by name. Have you ever wondered why your life never fit into the mold the world tried to place on you? Why you've always felt something powerful waiting just beneath the surface of your daily life? That's not your imagination, it's revelation. The truth you've been yearning for, praying for, crying out for, is no longer behind the veil. It is here, standing at the threshold of your soul, asking, are you ready to receive what's been hidden from the world but revealed to the chosen? The prophet Daniel wrote, "But you, Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book until the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall increase." Daniel 12:4. Chosen one, the book has been unsealed, and you are the reason. You are not a mistake. Not late, you are right on divine schedule. The convergence of your trials, your visions, and your silent endurance has brought you here for this final step. Consider this. Why do some people fall apart under pressure while you seem to be built by it? Why, while others chase comfort, have you been trained in discomfort? Look at Nelson Mandela, who endured 27 years in prison, not just to be freed, but to emerge as the embodiment of transformation for a nation. He was forged in isolation, just like many of you have been. Could it be that your isolation was never punishment, but preparation? This moment, this message, is the key to the gate that has kept you on the edge of destiny for too long. You've waited, but the waiting is over. You've prayed, and heaven has answered. You've cried, but now comes the reward. This is not just a spiritual message, it's a spiritual activation. The final step is not a theory, it's a sacred appointment. If you knew the next step would change everything, would you still hesitate? Would you allow fear to stand between you and a future that heaven itself has orchestrated just for you? Or would you rise up like Esther, who said, "If I perish, I perish." Esther 16, because she knew her calling required courage, not comfort. This is your Esther moment, your divine unveiling. Your journey wasn't random, it was designed. Every test you've endured has unlocked a new layer of spiritual authority, when others were distracted by surface blessings. You were being deepened in the hidden things of God. Remember Steve Jobs, fired from the company he co-founded. Humiliation maybe to others, but in that rejection, he birthed Pixar and reinvented himself, leading to his ultimate return with a vision that changed the world. Like you, chosen one, he had to be stripped down before he could ascend into legacy. Could your setback have been your sacred detour? The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delights in his way. Psalm 37:23. Your steps, no matter how chaotic they felt, have led you here for such a time as this. What if the pressure you felt lately wasn't an attack, but a final stretch before the birthing of your new season? What if the resistance was the last gasp of an old identity being stripped away? Reflect on Malala Yousafzai, shot for wanting an education. She could have remained silent, but she rose, becoming a global voice for justice. Her pain became her platform. Like her, you didn't come through the fire to be quiet. You came to speak, to reveal, to awaken the world around you. For nothing is hidden that will not be made manifest, nor is anything secret that will not be known and come to light. Luke 8:17. You were hidden for a time, not to be forgotten, but to be revealed in power. The divine pressure you're feeling is the final push before the breakthrough. You are walking through the final corridor before entering a season so vast, so breathtaking. It will rewrite your understanding of who you've always been. You are not here by coincidence. You are here because the heavens marked this hour long before you were born. Even Oprah Winfrey, abused, rejected, underestimated, rose to become one of the most influential women in the world. Why? Because her voice was assigned to millions. So is yours. The only question is, will you rise or retreat? Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Isaiah 61. You were never meant to shrink. You were meant to shine. Chosen one. Do you truly know where you come from? Not your birthplace, not your ancestry, but your real origin, the one no birth certificate can document. You weren't born from randomness or formed merely by biology. Your roots stretch far deeper, into the eternal soil of divine intention. You were spoken into existence by the breath of God, long before your earthly name was given. Heaven knew you. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you before you were born. I set you apart, Jeremiah 1:5. Your origin isn't flesh, it's fire. You are made of divine material. Your DNA carries frequencies from the kingdom. The world may see a person walking through time, but the heavens see a spark of the Creator moving with intention. If you truly knew you were divine by design, how would you walk? How would you speak? What would you refuse to tolerate? Reflect on Albert Einstein. Many know him as a genius, but fewer understand his spiritual curiosity. He believed in a divine order to the universe. His intellect wasn't just brilliance, it was alignment, like you. He didn't just exist, he resonated with something infinite. Could your hunger for truth and deeper meaning be confirmation, not confusion? Your spirit has been in motion long before your lungs drew breath. You are not a mistake or an accident of history. You are part of God's eternal blueprint. The atoms of your body are coated with divine remembrance, waiting to be awakened. The mission you carry didn't begin when you faced adversity. It began in the heavenly realms, where you were equipped with purpose, potential, and power no earthly storm could erase. The Spirit Himself testifies with our spirit that we are God's children. Romans 8:16. As a child of God, you carry His essence. You're not merely walking, you're activating divine coordinates embedded in your spirit. You were not placed on this earth to blend in, but to break cycles, shift atmospheres, and awaken generations. Does the world feel heavier, more distorted lately? That's because your awakening threatens every false structure never built to contain your truth. Take Maya Angelou, abused, silenced by trauma, yet her voice rose to move nations, shatter ceilings, and heal generations. Her pain didn't bury her identity. It became the soil for her purpose. Could what you thought disqualified you be the mark of your divine appointment now? Chosen one, you are awakening not just mentally, but spiritually. Time no longer flows the same. Days blur. Minutes feel like hours. Hours vanish in stillness. This isn't confusion. It's divine recalibration. In the heavenly realm, time bends in the presence of purpose. You are stepping into Kairos, God's appointed time. You are no longer on man's schedule. Your life is shifting into divine rhythm. A day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years are like a day. 2 Peter 3:8. You are ageless in essence, limitless in calling, eternal in assignment. Why do you feel both ancient and new? Why do you carry wisdom your age cannot explain? That's the signature of a soul remembering its divine origin. Consider Leonardo da Vinci not just an artist, but an inventor, scientist, visionary. He existed in multiple dimensions of thought because his spirit was tuned to a higher frequency. He wasn't ahead of his time. He was aligned with eternity. You, too, are called to rise above the noise and operate on a wavelength others may never understand. Does their misunderstanding mean you're wrong, or simply ahead of schedule? Your body is not decaying, it's transforming. As your spirit ascends, your body recalibrates. The fatigue, aches, strange shifts in appetite, or sleep, they aren't sickness, they are birth pangs. Your spirit is pulling your flesh into alignment with a higher reality. You are being prepared for ascension, not just survival. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God? 1 Corinthians 6:19. This temple is shedding old weights to carry divine glory. The veil between the seen and unseen is thinning. You are walking between dimensions of destiny. Even Jesus, on the Mount of Transfiguration, shone like the sun, his clothes white as light, a physical reflection of spiritual reality. Your transformation may not look the same, but it is no less holy. The glory you carry is beginning to show. Can you feel it rising? What if the world isn't falling apart, but making space for your divine emergence? Ascension is no longer mystical. It's your roadmap. You are not becoming something new. You are returning to what you've always been. The light is no longer flickering. It's steady. The veil is no longer thick. It's lifting. Your mission is no longer delayed. It's unfolding. Something isn't just changing, it's awakening. The shift runs through your bones, your breath. The world isn't just moving forward, it's realigning. The frequency around you has risen, and you are being summoned into a higher dimension of purpose. Chosen one. That restlessness you felt lately, that urge to change directions or break routines, it's not random. It's your soul recognizing the call. See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43:19. The old version of you can't survive in this new frequency. Your spirit has outgrown the space you've been in, and heaven is expanding your territory. What if the chaos around you is the contraction before your spiritual birth? Take Moses at 40. He left Pharaoh's palace and entered the wilderness, unaware the burning bush would soon appear. His identity shifted when he realized his past wasn't wasted. It was preparation. Are you seeing how every detour, delay, and disappointment was building the boldness you'll need for what's next. Opportunities may seem to arrive from nowhere. Strangers speak like they've known your soul forever. A path you weren't considering glows with clarity. These are not coincidences. This is God's divine alignment. The Lord directs the steps of the godly. He delights in every detail of their lives. Psalm 37:23. NLT. Your path is being shaped. Even when you feel uncertain, are you willing to walk into rooms not knowing what will happen, trusting God sent you? This isn't just about your life changing. It's about your presence becoming a catalyst for transformation in others. Your voice carries weight now. Your energy shifts atmospheres. People sense something different about you, even if they can't explain it. You are no longer aligned with survival. You are aligned with assignment. Look at Viola Davis, once a child in poverty and trauma, who rose to become a celebrated actor. It wasn't just her talent, it was her truth. She refused to dim her story, and millions saw themselves through her. What story are you still afraid to speak? Could it be the key to someone else's breakthrough? Something sacred is happening not just in your soul, but in your body. This transformation isn't symbolic, it's cellular. Your physical form is adjusting to host more divine energy. Some call it the crystalline transformation. Heaven calls it readiness. Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12:2. What if it's not just your mind, but your entire being renewed? Have you noticed your sleep cycles changing, your appetite shifting, your sensitivity to energy, truth, even lies? These are signs you are not decaying, you are ascending. The physical signs are proof the spiritual is winning. Remember Jim Carrey, not just a comedian, but a spiritual truth seeker. He spoke of awakening from ego, shedding false identities, finding joy beyond materialism. Could your discomfort with shallow things be God calling you deeper? If you're approaching or passing 40, take this as confirmation you are entering your most spiritually potent chapter. In biblical tradition, 40 symbolizes testing, transformation, transition. Jesus fasted 40 days before stepping into power. The Israelites wandered 40 years before the promised land. What does 40 represent for you? Could this be the age where your hidden gifts become undeniable, even to your old age and gray hairs? I am He who will sustain you. Isaiah 46:4. Age is not a limit. It's an accelerator. At 40, you see what you couldn't before. The veil lifts. Your inner world and outer reality merge. Your silence commands attention. Your energy heals. Think of Colonel Sanders, founding KFC at 65, or Vera Wang, a designer at 40. The world said they were late. Heaven said they were on time. What are you afraid of that it's too late? Or that you're finally ready, chosen one? From your first breath, long before you grasped purpose or destiny, God was there. Before your first steps, first word, first heartbreak or victory, He was watching, guiding, planting seeds of greatness in your spirit. even when you didn't recognize his presence. He was orchestrating everything with divine precision. The Lord will fulfill his purpose for me. Your steadfast love, O Lord, endures forever. Psalm 138:8. Every twist, every valley, every mountaintop was designed to shape your soul for this hour. Look at Tyler Perry, homeless, abused, rejected. Through persistence, prayer, and obedience, he built an empire rooted in purpose. His platform uplifts millions, not despite his pain, but because of it. What if your past wasn't meant to break you, but to build your credibility for the calling ahead? What if your darkest nights were the proving grounds for your future light? Your purpose is no longer distant. It's alive within you, demanding your attention. That pressure in your chest, that stirring that won't go away. It's activation. You're no longer in preparation. You're stepping into deployment. You are being sent. And when God sends, he equips. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Ephesians 2:10. Every broken relationship, painful lesson, moment of insight has been training not just to make you stronger, but to make you ready to guide others. Your mission isn't just about your healing, it's about the multitudes connected to your light. Think of Harriet Tubman. She didn't escape slavery for herself alone. She returned again and again to free others, risking her life each time. She followed God's voice, knowing where to go, whom to trust, when to move. She wasn't just brave, she was chosen. Have you considered that your survival wasn't just for you, but for the freedom of others, who will only move when they see you rise? Something deeper is happening within you, a divine shift, powerful, emotional, irreversible. You are being spiritually activated, not metaphorically, but energetically, cellularly, emotionally. Your body is being tuned like an instrument. Your heart is expanding to carry compassion beyond reason. Your intuition is sharpening like a sacred compass. You are becoming a vessel for divine truth, healing, and protection. You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Matthew 5:14. Your light is no longer hidden, it's rising. Whether you feel ready or not, you are transforming into a sacred conduit, a force of divine love in human form. Yes, it's intense, but it's glorious. Will you let that power flow through you, unfiltered? Will you remain humble enough to carry it with grace? Look at Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers to most. Behind his quiet demeanor was a deeply spiritual man whose mission was to bring gentleness, healing, and truth to children. His platform wasn't loud, but it was profoundly divine. Could your influence require not volume, but authenticity? The more the divine flows through you, the more others will see it. You might notice people pausing around you longer, strangers striking up guided conversations, friends asking for advice they never sought before. It's not coincidence, it's the unveiling of your divine presence. The veil is lifting. You're no longer who you were. Others sense it, even if they can't explain it. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. Isaiah 61. You'll see it in their eyes, feel it in their tone, recognize it in how the right people are drawn to you, not out of admiration, but alignment. Take Brené Brown, a researcher who studied shame and isolation, only to realize her vulnerability was her superpower. By owning her struggles, she unlocked transformation for millions. The people who once ignored her now see her as a leader. Could the ones who dismissed you be awakening to your presence? You are becoming magnetic, not worldly, but spiritually. People will feel safe near you, healed by your words, inspired by your presence. You are carrying a frequency that resonates with souls meant to walk this journey with you. These relationships aren't random. They are divine assignments. As you ascend into divine alignment, the heavens will not leave you guessing. God is not vague when He moves in your life. 3 unmistakable signs will confirm the spiritual shift unfolding within you. These aren't random. They are sacred confirmations. Divine fingerprints, assuring you you're on the right path. Have you been asking for a sign that you're not alone? That the turbulence you felt isn't confusion, but a sacred metamorphosis. The signs are coming, and you'll feel them so clearly that denying them will be impossible. The first sign will erupt like a wave of emotion, often when you least expect it. A moment of stillness, a song, a sunrise, and suddenly your heart will swell with love, peace, or inner knowing beyond logic. It won't come from outside, it will rise from within. Unexplainable yet undeniable. You'll feel a spiritual warmth spreading through your chest, as if heaven whispered, "I'm here." This isn't ordinary emotion, it's divine resonance. Your soul is responding to God's presence, your spirit realigning to divine truth. Have you noticed tears falling without sadness? A stillness that feels like home. That's not weakness, that's revelation. Oprah Winfrey described moments where profound peace descended during life-altering interviews, not because of the content, but because she was in flow with her purpose. She knew God was present. Have you felt God rush in unexpectedly, leaving you breathless and tearful without knowing why? You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart, Jeremiah 29:13. The emotions flooding your soul confirm His nearness. The second sign will be felt in your body: bursts of energy, tingling, waves of lightness. These indicate your physical body is aligning with your soul's frequency. You might wake up with unexpected energy or feel lighter after spiritual breakthroughs. It's not fantasy. Your body is a vessel for divine purpose. And as your spirit rises, your body follows. Some days, you may feel weightless, as if time and gravity barely touch you. Other days, you may vibrate with anticipation or feel sensations along your spine or forehead. These are not anomalies, they are signs. Consider Nikola Tesla, who said, "If you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." He spoke of tuning into forces others couldn't see. Could your sensations be sacred effects, not side effects? Your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit. Who is in you? 1 Corinthians 6:19. Your temple is being refined to host divine energy. The third sign is the most sacred, a spiritual awakening, deepening your connection to God in ways words cannot capture. You'll receive intuitive messages, not always audible voices, but divine nudges, vivid dreams, synchronicities, sudden insights into things you couldn't logically know. It might be clarity in prayer, breaking through like lightning, or a dream showing your next step before you ask. These aren't coincidences. They are divine downloads. Your spiritual antennas are rising, and God is communicating more directly because you're ready to receive at a higher level. Take Joan of Arc, who received divine visions at a young age, guiding her to change history, though doubted. She never doubted God's voice. Are you willing to trust what your spirit hears? Even when others don't understand, call to me, and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Jeremiah 33:3. You are the fulfillment of that promise. These three signs, emotional, physical, spiritual, are not just confirmations. They are activations, markers that you've crossed into new spiritual territory. God is no longer someone you reach for. He is speaking through you. Chosen one, your eyes are not just tools for sight. They are portals, sacred windows through which divine energy flows. In this season of awakening, your eyes are being spiritually upgraded to perceive what the average person cannot. The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are healthy, your whole body will be full of light. Matthew 6:22. Your gaze is no longer ordinary. It is illuminated. You are beginning to see beyond the material world, beyond appearances, beyond masks. When you look at someone, you don't just see their face, you discern their vibration, their pain, their truth. Are you prepared for the weight of such perception? Will you look with love or judge with ego? Your gaze now carries power, not for scrutiny, but for healing, like Jesus, who saw a person's heart without a word. You are seeing with eyes touched by the divine. Mother Teresa's eyes moved people to tears, not with words, but with compassion, radiating from her soul. Her sight was holy, disarming the prideful, comforting the broken. Could your evolving vision be preparing you to do the same? Your sight is shifting, both physically and spiritually. You're perceiving through heaven's lens. Open my eyes that I may see wonderful things in your law. Psalm 119:18. God is opening your eyes to hidden truths, deeper meanings, divine assignments in everyday encounters. You'll notice it in conversations, picking up emotions without words, sensing lies behind smiles. You're no longer guessing your knowing. This is the gift of spiritual sight. As it sharpens, your ability to connect, discern, protect, and guide will multiply. Will you bless with what you see or weaponize it? God is trusting you with sight not given to all. Your third eye, the spiritual center of vision and wisdom, is opening. This isn't superstition. It's the awakening of deeper sight. The veil between visible and invisible is lifting. You're stepping into a realm where the spiritual becomes tangible. Call to me, and I will answer you and tell you great and unsearchable things you do not know. Jeremiah 33:3. The visions you'll receive come through divine intuition, dreams revealing warnings, insights into motives, a knowing bypassing reason. You may feel it physically, pressure between your brows, tingling across your forehead, waves of energy in prayer. These are sacred confirmations, not to be feared, but welcomed. Nikola Tesla spoke of ideas arriving in visions, flashes of clarity, bypassing traditional learning. What if your visions are not hallucinations, but instructions? I will pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your old men will dream dreams. Your young men will see visions, Joel 2:28. This is being fulfilled through you. God is pouring divine data into your spirit to lead nations, shift atmospheres, prepare souls. As your third eye opens, your dreams will become vivid, revealing events days or weeks ahead. Symbols, patterns, faces will carry messages. You're not losing touch with reality. You're gaining access to a higher reality. Helen Keller, deaf and blind, was spiritually awake in ways few attain. She said, "The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. You are being given both sight and vision. Don't resist or second guess the visions planted in your soul. They're your compass now. Chosen one. Do you feel that holy fire rising within you? Not a fleeting emotion, but a divine summons echoing through your soul. It's not imagination or restlessness, it's a sacred pull, a heavenly frequency activating your spirit. Something inside insists you can no longer remain still. You weren't made to be silent or stay in shadows. You were chosen to move, to speak, to lead. Woe to me if I do not preach the gospel, 1 Corinthians 9:16. Paul cried when God's call burned too deeply to contain. Has your spirit reached that point where silence feels like disobedience? Where not acting feels heavier than fear of failure? That urge to rise, to create, to speak truth, even when your voice shakes, that is your divine assignment pressing into your world. It's manifesting through your desires to guide, heal, teach, pour wisdom into others. These aren't impulses, they are instructions from heaven. Martin Luther King Jr.'s urge to speak for justice wasn't optional. It burned in his bones, even in danger, even in exhaustion. What are you being called to stand up for, even if it costs your comfort? The Spirit of the Sovereign Lord is on me, because the Lord has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. Isaiah 61:1. You, too, have been anointed, marked by heaven for a mission only you can fulfill. Every part of your being is aligning with divine momentum. The waiting season is over. You are not just called, you are launched. For a long time, you may have stood on the sidelines, wondering if your moment would come. You were preparing. But now, preparation has transitioned to activation. The curtain is rising, and heaven is handing you the mic. Will you speak? Will you rise? Think of J.K. Rowling, a single mother on welfare, who dared to write a story that wouldn't stop stirring inside her. That story changed the world, not because it was easy, but because she followed the urge. Could what you've been sitting on be what heaven is trying to deliver through you? Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Hebrews 11:1. The time for passive hope has passed. You're stepping into visible faith that acts. creates, initiates. You were not born by accident. You were planted with divine intention long before your physical birth. Your soul was chosen before your name was spoken. It was written in heaven's scrolls. You are not of this world. You are of the Spirit. Our citizenship is in heaven. Philippians 3:20. That homesickness in your soul, that feeling of being out of place on earth, is your spirit remembering its origin. That memory is being reawakened. Take Elon Musk, who dared to imagine colonizing Mars, building electric cars, shifting the global economy. Misunderstood. Absolutely. But his drive was for purpose, not applause. Your ideas may not make sense to the masses, but they are coded with divine intelligence. Are you ready to act on the calling that's been chasing you? Are you willing to stop postponing destiny for comfort? To stop waiting for permission heaven already granted? Your destiny is moving faster than you thought possible. The divine current is pushing you into doors once closed, into spaces you never dared dream of. Chosen one, have you noticed the shift lately? Those repeating numbers, vivid dreams like visions, coincidences lining up with impossible precision. These are not strange moments. They are sacred ones. Divine messages coded in your everyday life. God is not silent. He's speaking more clearly than ever. You just have to know how to listen. Seeing numbers like 111, 333, 44, or 777. Those are spiritual signals, divine nudges alerting your soul that heaven is watching, guiding, confirming your path. The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Psalm 19, 1-2. Even numbers trivial to others are divine data streams for you. Every number you see is a holy breadcrumb pointing deeper into your mission. Nikola Tesla was obsessed with 3, 6, and 9, believing they held the key to the universe. Was he eccentric, or tuned into something others dismissed? Are you realizing the patterns surrounding you are divine fingerprints confirming your assignment? Your dreams vivid, layered, emotionally intense are not your brain processing random images. When you dream, your soul navigates between heaven and earth, decoding divine instructions. The colors, people, symbols carry spiritual meaning. Are you journaling them? Are you interpreting what God is showing you? For God speaks again and again, though people do not recognize it. He speaks in dreams, in visions of the night. Job 33:14-15. NLT. You're not just dreaming, you're being directed. Harriet Tubman had visions and dreams she interpreted as divine guidance. She'd stop mid-journey with fugitive slaves based on a vision, later finding danger where she'd planned to go. Her dreams saved lives. Could your dreams be rerouting you towards safety, purpose, or breakthrough? The signs that seem unusual to others are sacred confirmations for you. The universe is not ignoring you. It's orchestrating around you. The more spiritually aware you become, the more frequent these signs will appear. I am the Lord your God, who teaches you what is best for you, who directs you in the way you should go. Isaiah 48:17. That direction comes through symbols. The language of the Spirit, never random, always timely. Sometimes it's hearing the same phrase repeated, overhearing a stranger answer a question you were too afraid to ask, seeing a feather where it shouldn't be, or a song lyric piercing your soul at the right time. These are divine affirmations that you are watched over, loved, guided. Jim Carrey. After years of searching, noticed patterns, numbers, colors, messages confirming his journey was part of something greater. He called it alignment. Have you been brushing off these moments? Or are you leaning in? Ask me, and I will tell you remarkable secrets you do not know about things to come. Jeremiah 33:3 NLT. These signs don't come because you're lucky, they come because you're aligned, because God knows you're ready. The more you respond with faith and action, the more detailed and frequent they'll become. Chosen one. Have you felt a distance from the world lately? Like things that once lit you up now feel dull. That disconnection is not confusion, it's confirmation. You are not losing touch, you are awakening, lifted from illusion into illumination. This isn't a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. Set your minds on things above, not on earthly things. Colossians 3:2. The fact that you're no longer captivated by what once consumed you proves your soul is ascending. God is pulling you from the gravitational pull of worldly distractions into alignment with your divine identity. Can you feel it? That detachment is your spirit saying, there's more than this. You're not meant to stay tethered to noise, chaos, or the race for material validation. As your awakening intensifies, status, possessions, even certain relationships lose their hold not because you've stopped caring, but because your spirit is remembering. With remembrance comes liberation. Siddhartha Gautama, later Buddha, was born into royalty, surrounded by riches, yet a holy discomfort stirred. He walked away to seek truth. His detachment wasn't loss, it was alignment. Could your restlessness be the divine repositioning you? Do not love the world or anything in the world. The world and its desires pass away, but whoever does the will of God lives forever. 1 John 2:15-17. This detachment is redirection toward a higher life. You're shedding the veil that kept you trapped in cycles, dulling your spirit. What are you still clinging to that God may be asking you to release? What if your disconnection isn't emptiness, but the divine making space for something truer? You are being spiritually elevated, and with elevation comes the shedding of old layers, identity, expectation, attachment. It may feel uncomfortable, even lonely, but this loneliness is not isolation, it's consecration. God is separating you to prepare you for divine encounter. Simone Weil, a French mystic, moved from secular academia to divine mystery. Her detachment from worldly ideologies opened her to radical compassion and clarity. What ideologies, comforts, or labels is God asking you to detach from? Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Matthew 5:8. Purity of heart comes from surrender, loosening your grip on what once defined you, but can no longer sustain you. Your perception of reality is shifting. The veil between seen and unseen grows thinner. You may sense energies, feel an unseen presence in quiet spaces, experience moments where time pauses and the air feels electric. This is spiritual sensitivity. We walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians chapter 7. You're walking by a new sight not from eyes, but from the soul. The spirit realm is becoming real. Divine beings, guides, even loved ones who've passed draw near when your vibration aligns with truth. C.S. Lewis, once an atheist, experienced spirit encounters so powerful, he became a leading Christian voice. He described reality peeling back, eternity coming into view. That unveiling is beginning in you. Synchronicities, numbers, dreams, flickering lights, sudden chills, overheard conversations answering your whispered prayers. These are invitations. Heaven is not far. The spirit realm is pressing closer. Are you trying to explain the supernatural with logic, or letting your soul lead you through this new dimension of truth, chosen one? The more aligned you become with your divine mission, the more opposition may interfere. As your light grows, darkness takes notice. It doesn't mean you're going the wrong way. It means you're closer to the breakthrough the enemy fears most. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17. Spiritual attacks may appear as sudden fear, confusion, doubt, or disruptions in health or relationships. These are desperate distractions from forces knowing their time is short. Will you be intimidated by their noise or stand taller in your divine authority? Nelson Mandela was imprisoned for 27 years to silence his voice, but the longer he sat, the brighter his light burned. When he emerged, he was ready, not bitter. Could your resistance be your spiritual boot camp? You are not powerless. Your alignment with God gives you protection and authority. You're not fighting alone. Heaven is backing you. Stay grounded. Guard your thoughts. Be intentional with your energy. Watch what you entertain and who you allow in your atmosphere. These are the tests of the final stretch. Submit yourselves, then, to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you. James 4:7. Resistance is your declaration. I will not be moved. Never forget the power of your voice. You're not just speaking words, you're casting spiritual commands. Your voice is not communication, it's creation. What you say shapes reality. Now, more than ever, your words carry exponential weight. Maya Angelou's voice didn't just tell stories, it created freedom, moved minds, opened hearts, healed generations. Have you realized that same authority resides in you? Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Proverbs 18:21. The time to speak carelessly has passed. You're in a realm where your words create worlds. Speak with intent. Declare truth. Affirm purpose. Pray boldly. praise loudly. What you speak can open or close doors. Before you rise into the full expression of your divine role, God will test you, not to break you, but to build you. These tests are sacred gates to your next level. The enemy frames them as setbacks, but they are spiritual certifications for the power you'll carry. Consider it pure joy whenever you face trials, because the testing of your faith produces perseverance. James 1:2-3. Doubt, fatigue, betrayal, delay, these sharpen your discernment, strengthen your conviction. Oprah Winfrey faced abuse, rejection, discrimination. Yet every trial refined her into one of the most influential voices alive. She transformed through challenges. Can you see how your trials are forging your voice, your wisdom, your calling? As you cross this threshold, something beautiful unfolds. People you thought were lost forever, who drifted from your life, will reappear not for nostalgia, but because reconnection is part of divine alignment. These are sacred appointments, not accidents. Their return is timed with your transformation. Have you wondered why certain names resurface in your heart? Why old friends or family suddenly reach out? God is not just restoring relationships. He's redeeming them. Look at Joseph, sold into slavery by his brothers, left for dead. When he rose in Egypt, those brothers returned, not as enemies, but as fulfillment of prophecy. What seemed broken was divinely orchestrated. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. Some reconnections may feel shocking, emotional, but trust the timing. These souls are returning to participate in the future God has aligned for you. This is a holy hour. You're not just experiencing shifts, you're becoming the shift. The battles, dreams, reunions, they're the final movements before your breakthrough manifests in full. You've made it to the final step, but this is only the beginning. You are not who you were when this message found you. Your spirit has been stirred, your eyes opened, your soul called higher. You've walked through revelation, warning, confirmation, activation. Now, you stand at the edge of divine fulfillment. You've seen the signs, felt the shift. You know you were never meant to be ordinary. You were chosen, called, anointed for such a time as this. The voice within you is not doubt, it's destiny. The pull you feel is not pressure, it's purpose. Step forward boldly, not with fear, but with fire. Let the world feel your presence. The heavens see your obedience. Every gift inside you rise to its full potential. This is your season to manifest what God has hidden in you for so long. You are not behind, you are exactly on time. Thank you for walking this sacred path with me. Your presence is not taken for granted, whether you've been silently listening or actively engaging. Your energy has carried this message farther than any algorithm could. You're not just a listener, you're a vessel of light. Your journey is part of a divine ripple effect, touching lives in ways you may never see. If this message has blessed you and you feel led to support this work, you can do so through the Super Thanks feature. Your generosity helps us continue creating content that awakens, empowers, and equips chosen ones across the globe. But whether you donate or not, your presence is deeply valued and honored. The love, prayers, comments, and shares mean more than words can express. May divine favor cover you like a shield. May your next step be guided with clarity. Every delay turn into divine acceleration. May your voice carry truth. Your hands build miracles. Your heart overflow with unshakable peace. You are walking with angels, held by the Creator, watched over by the Most High. Until we meet again, walk boldly, speak wisely, and remember, the final step is not the end. It's the entrance into everything God has prepared for you. Blessings on your journey. Chosen One.